Talking about making people fall in love with other people might seem like a silly thing. A lot of people actually think it's an impossible adventure to embark on. These people think it's an insane thing to attempt making someone fall in love with you if they are not interested in you, not even in a lifetime. We often hear of people who fell in love the first time they met someone and people who professed their love for someone not long after they met. In our case, we're trying to help you get that person you've always wanted to fall in love with you as soon as you want them to. This doesn't just happen by mere wish, you have to put in some effort too. You might have to make some changes to your lifestyle, improve yourself in some aspects, and become a better version of you that anyone would want to fall in love with. Making changes shouldn't be a big problem, since your current state isn't getting you what you want. Some of the tips I am going to give you will help transform you into your better version. Let's begin this way. Start by knowing yourself. You should start by asking yourself this question: do I have what it takes for anyone to want to fall in love with me? If you want to have a personality that attracts people, you need to answer this question sincerely. You should have a full knowledge of who you really are before you can influence others with your personality. It is important to know that people will only fall in love with you if they are impressed by your personality. This is why it is necessary to turn yourself into the best version of you that will magnetize anyone. How do you bring about this important transformation? You start by looking at where you stand now, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and how you can overcome them. Understanding these things will help you know where to make corrections and where to make yourself even better. Remember, it is important for you to be sincere in your analysis of yourself. To help you get a better analysis, ask friends to tell you where they think you are doing great and where you need some improvements. Add this to your own analysis, and you'll be ready for the next stage. Change your thinking. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. You can't make any improvement if you still think the same way you used to. You'll never make any progress if you don't change how you think. We already talked about how important it is to analyze yourself so as to know where you stand. Now it's time to learn how to improve. Love is something that has a lot to do with the mind, whether you want to fall in love or you want someone else to fall in love with you. This is why it is very important to improve your mind. You are a true reflection of what is going on in your mind. You need to have a clear thought process. Do not let negative thoughts fill that mind. Avoid being pessimistic at all times. Always maintain a positive mindset because people love staying around positive thinking people. It's very hard for anyone to want to fall in love with you if you're always angry, depressed, or always looking sad. Changing your mindset is something that can be done within one day if you really want it. It takes ages if you don't want. Learn to socialize. You can't make anyone fall in love with you by having positive thoughts and sitting indoor 24/7. You need to interact with people always by going out and meeting them. It's not enough to just interact and meet, but you need to make it count. You need to deal with them in a way that will bring positive results. How you interact with people is very important if you want them to fall in love with you. It's an aspect that requires a lot of work. I'm going to show you 3 ways to help you deal with this. The first one is reaching out to people. How do you go about it? People are always around you, including the ones you are trying to attract. They will not come walking to you. You have to walk up to them or, at least, make them recognize your presence. Being an introvert here won't help you. It is very important that you relate with people outside your comfort zone. Try to participate in activities and go to places that are of interest to you. This way, you will most likely find people who share same interests with you. You can even join a club, start attending church services, attend parties and so on. Share your experience with people, help people in the society and other things like that. Doing this will make you visible. You start getting noticed and people will start moving towards you. When interacting with people, you are creating an impression on them. People begin to monitor you without you even knowing. The things you say and how you say them are what they will use to judge you. Do not worry. Here are some tips that will help you build better impressions on people. Know when to talk and when to listen. Always be a better listener. When speaking, do not go on and on about yourself. Get to know the other person. Show concern to the other people around you. Never invite people too bluntly. Smile a lot. Be knowledgeable. Do not push too hard. This is highly important. You shouldn't show that you are desperate. One very important thing to know when trying to create an impression on people is to be your true self. Do not try to portray what or who you're not. Doing things naturally will bring the kind of people you want around you. In summary, improve your personality, be a better person from within by improving your thoughts, and try to meet people in the way that is natural to you. Improving your personality. Your personality tells people who you are. As humans, we always generate impressions in our mind after meeting others, due to the kind of personality they portray. Before meeting someone, it is most likely that you would have gotten some information from people about that person. The information that is given to you about the person is the impression that is generated as a result of the person's personality. You can see how important personality is. It is something that you must work on. If you have a personality that is attractive, you will always find people drawing to you. Getting anyone to fall in love with you immediately means your personality must be at its most attractive state. Building it is not an easy thing to do, but it can surely be done. Your personality is like a mask that can be worn anytime. So, you can always decide to put it on whenever you want. Here are some tips to help you develop a dazzling personality. Be confident in every situation. Your confidence projects you to people as a credible person. Knowing a little about so many things is good because you will always give a knowledgeable opinion to someone that needs an answer to a problem. Learn things about politics, foreign languages, nature, tech, driving, etc. Stay up to date on current affairs. Always follow up on the events that are happening in your society. This is important because you won't look out of place in a conversation when you're talking to people. Always dress well. This is not the same as wearing expensive wares. It's about dressing smart. Put on wares that fits the occasion. Improve your communication skills. It is important to be on top on your game when it comes to engaging in a conversation with people. Just like we learnt earlier, know when to talk and when to listen. These are the basic things that you have to pay attention to. There are many other things that you can inculcate as you keep growing. Remember to evolve your personality at all times. This is the most important factor people are going to see you by. Everything you've learned so far has been aimed at preparing you well for this final stage. The goal is to approach someone with the intention of getting them to fall in love with you. This is where you execute all that you've learned, and it has to be done excellently to achieve the desired goal. Before trying to approach someone, it is important to know who they are and what they do, so you don't end up getting the wrong person to fall in love with you. Once everything is checked and you've finally decided to get the person, then you can make your move. So, how do you start? These tips should help. First of all, you have to start by being confident. You cannot be shaky or jittery at this stage. Do not worry about failing. What if the person has same thing in mind too? That's a bonus for you. Always remember that the person is also a person like you, not a ghost. So, relax and take the bull by the horn. Do not think too far into the future at this stage so you don't expect too much. Just a casual date might be good enough for the moment. Be yourself, your natural self. Don't overthink or over-rehearse what you will say and how you will say it. The fear of saying the wrong thing might just ruin everything for you. Let the words flow from you just as you would always do when in conversation with an old friend. Do not look desperate. Be calm and have a smiling look on your face. You should avoid leering as much as possible. Also, do not try to be imposing and avoid putting on a tired look. Do not allow past failures to affect you. If you've tried this approach in the past and it didn't work, don't worry about that. This is a different person. People are not the same. Hooray! Now you have your first date. What to do is very simple. Follow these tips and everything should go well. Choose a place that is comfortable for both of you. Avoid selecting the most important place if you're not sure it's going to be comfortable for you or the person. Select a location where you can both be at ease, not where you'll be thinking of how you sit, how you hold the glass and things like that. Going for a movie date or going to watch a football game is also a nice idea. You can both discuss the movie or game at the end. This might help start some very interesting conversations. Avoid overdressing. Most times, it leaves a bad impression. It will only make you look desperate. You should avoid dressing sexily even if you like to dress like that on a normal day. Make sure there is never a moment of silence. Keep the conversation going throughout the date. The other person might be as nervous as you, so do not judge them every time. Do not expect too much. Try to make the person be at ease also. Focus on the date, not on what to order or what to watch. You're there to spend time with the person, not to eat or drink. Try as much as possible not to force a second date. It's not a must for you to kiss on your first date. If your conversations lead to that, fine. It is important to note that your first date must be successful for the other person to fall in love with you. Now you have everything you need. It might take some time to perfect everything, but keep working on them. Now, get to work. Please like and share this video so that other people can find it. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Thank you. God bless you.